Lionel Messi returned to football just days after losing his father, but nobody expected what happened next. Just after the death of his father, Jorge Messi, nobody thought Messi would return to football anytime soon. Surprisingly, Lionel Messi stepped back onto a football pitch just 4 days after. Messi had traveled to Rosario to be with his family after Jorge passed away at the age of 68. Jorge wasn't simply Messi's father. He was his longtime representative, his advisor, and one of the people who had been beside Lionel from the beginning of his football journey. And after everything that had happened, Messi's return to football was completely unexpected. On August 12th, Inter Miami faced León in the League's Cup. Messi did not start the match. In fact, reports said he had not even returned to normal training before the game. Then, at the beginning of the second half, Lionel Messi came onto the pitch. The stadium erupted, but this wasn't the fairy tale return many people were hoping for. Inter Miami eventually lost the match 3-2. Unfortunately, Messi couldn't change the result, and the emotional weight of the moment was impossible to ignore. But there was something even more important happening away from the pitch. On the same day, Messi published an emotional tribute to his father, and what he said could have huge implications for the future of his football career. Messi admitted that he doesn't know if he will continue playing football for much longer. He spoke about the pain of having his father no longer beside him, especially because Jorge had been there throughout almost his entire career. And remember what happened during the World Cup. Messi had already revealed how much his father's illness affected him. He wanted Jorge to see him play in another World Cup, and he wanted to win the tournament for him. Unfortunately, Argentina eventually lost the final to Spain. And now, after losing his father, Messi is questioning how much longer he wants to continue playing the game. At 39 years old, this makes every appearance from Messi feel different. Is he simply grieving and taking things one day at a time? Or are we watching the beginning of the final chapter of Lionel Messi's football career? Because perhaps the most emotional part of this story isn't that Messi returned to football 4 days after losing his father. It's that the man who had watched him play for almost his entire life is no longer there to watch the final chapter. So the question is, will Lionel Messi continue playing for much longer? Or could the loss of his father change the way he sees football forever? And kindly subscribe to Sport Best for more football stories.